We have those institutions who say customers are our first priority. But that is very wrong. Your staff should be or your employee should be your first priority. Sure. How you treat them, that's how they will treat the customers.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban mpenzi mtazamaji, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Natumai mzima buheri wa afya. Jina langu ni Haifa Muhammad na karibu katika kipindi ukipendacho Pewa Asubuhi ndani ya kitengo Gumzo la Vijana. Mpenzi mtazamaji, ni baraka za Mungu kuwa naye ndugu yetu ambaye si mwingine ni Isaiah Maresi katika studio zetu za Mahditv siku ya leo, akituangazia mengi na mengi zaidi kuhusiana swala zima linahusiana na uongozi, haswa wewe kama kijana ama wewe kama ule nyumbani, na kama tulivyosema ya kwamba uongozi si lazima wewe umechaguliwa, hata pale unapokuwa wewe bado ni kiongozi. Inshallah tukielekea kwake siku ya leo tuweza kufahamu leadership qualities ni zipi za wewe ukitaka kuwa kiongozi. Ni nini unafaa kufahamu, ni vitu gani unafaa kuwa navyo ili kuachieve ile nini ya uongozi. Inshallah tukielekea kwake tuweza kufahamu mengi na mengi zaidi. Karibu sana Isaiah.
Asante.
Habari za asubuhi.
Nzuri, nashukuru.
Karibu tena.
Asante.
Naam, tukielekea katika swali letu la leo, mada yetu ya leo inahusiana na leadership qualities. Naam.
Okay, thank you so much. Before ni guzie mambo na leadership qualities, I want to talk at least talk about varying leadership styles. How can you vary leadership styles? So while while leadership style depends on the situation, but we have three things that can determine the leadership style that a leader can use. So number one is the personality of the leader and the background and the experience. What experience does the leader have? What personality? What the background? So that background and the type of the leader, it will determine the leadership style yenye atachukua. Then the type of people you are leading. What are their personality? What are their background? What are their experience? So that's also will determine the leadership style that you can use in that that you can develop as a leader. And the third thing is the company or the institution you are working in. The values, the ethics, and the values of that organization will determine the leadership style that you will embrace. For example, in this scenario whereby, for example, you have your own leadership style that you like, and when you start working in an organization, they want you to work in this way. So if you are that kind of leader that you don't embrace the leadership of that organization or that company, you will not be there for long. But those are the three things that can determine the leadership style that you can embrace as a leader.
Okay.
And as we talk about the qualities of a good leader or leadership qualities, so we have various leadership qualities. And remember, as a leader, the first thing you must have or you must do as a leader is to influence. You must be able to influence the people or the members or the followers you are leading. If you cannot influence them to feel that they would like to follow you, then you won't make it as a leader, because you must influence. That's why I try to look at the example of the Martin Luther King. He had the influence. That's why people followed him. So as a leader, you must that influence. In Kenya, we have those leaders who have that influence. People just follow them because of that influence. So you must be able to influence. And for you to influence people to follow you, or for you to influence your members to follow you, you must have some qualities as a leader. Number one is integrity. Do you have the integrity as a leader? Do you say what do you do what you say as a leader? Because you have some kind of leaders, they say this and do this. They don't do what they say. So when the team members realize that you are a double mouth, you speak one thing and do the other, then it will be very difficult for them to follow you as a leader. Yeah. Then another thing is self-awareness. Self-awareness. As a leader, you must be aware of yourself. What are your strengths as a leader?
What are your weaknesses?
Yeah. What are your weaknesses? So that as a leader, as you lead the people, you also know my weakness is that, for example, I find it difficult controlling my emotions. So you should now start working on that, because you cannot eliminate weaknesses, but
True.
you can just minimize them. So as a leader, you must know who you are. What are your strengths? What are you good at? What is it that you are not good at? So self-awareness, you must know yourself.
Yes.
Another thing is flexibility. As a leader, if you say that you want to be rigid, if I say this and it must be that way, if a member of a team member comes and gives you an idea and you say that idea is not good, so you must be flexible. You must be flexible to adapt to different situations.
Yes.
Because as a leader, remember, that's why you find, for example, someone has studied a different course. For example, someone has studied, for example, community development, but he is in the ICT industry. He does not know anything about ICT, but it's the leadership that is going to provide that will determine the productivity. So you must be flexible. If you are in this situation, you must be flexible to apply that leadership style. If you are in this situation, if you meet people with different personality, apart from maybe the people you are leading before, you must be able to adapt to that leadership style.
Because it will be easier
It will
for
be
one
easier
to navigate through different
as you lead the
situations.
people. Then another one is, as a leader, you must be an effective communicator. How can you lead and you cannot communicate? So you must be able to communicate clearly the vision of your leadership and the mission and what you want your team members to do. And you must be clear so that they understand. Because if you don't communicate effectively and clearly, your team members will not understand you. So they will not do what you tell them to do, because they just feel they just confused. So you must be in that situation. Another leadership quality is empathy.
Putting yourself in another person's shoes.
Putting yourself in another person's shoe. As a leader, you must have that quality. You must put yourself in the shoe of those who you are leading. For example, ask yourself, if I was the one being told to do this, how will I react?
What will I have done?
What will you have done? So you must be able to put yourself in the shoe of those who are leading, so that you can understand them from their perspective.
True.
Because maybe one day you are there. So because as a leader, you'll be growing. And you must start from somewhere down there. As you move up, you already know what is happening down there. So you must have yourself in those shoes, so that if something happens, don't just be quick to judge.
Yes.
Try to
find a solution.
Something. If I'm there, what will I have done?
True.
Yeah, as a leader. Then another one is courage and confidence. And I don't mean being arrogant as a leader. Confidence does not mean being arrogant.
Because as they say, one does not have to be overconfident.
Yeah.
Be confident, but don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. So you must have that courage and the confidence to lead your people. Because this thing is also very, very much important. When those you are leading realize that you don't have the confidence, or you don't have the courage to lead them, they will start withdrawing.
True.
Because they don't feel huyu hakuna mali anatupeleka. So you must have that courage to lead your team members. You must have confidence in yourself and also in your team members.
Don't act weak in front of your team members.
don't act weak, and don't show them that you have confidence in them, because that person believe in us. If we believe that he had confidence in us, so we are ready to achieve this. Then organization. As a leader, you must be well organized. Because there is something I usually say that, for example, if I enter into a house and everything is just in its own
scattered
way,
everywhere.
That's how your mind is. So as a leader, you must be well organized, because when you are well organized, the team members will feel that, hey, our leader is well organized. Let us also try to be organized as members of the team. So it's very much important to embrace all these leadership qualities, because they will make you a good leader. And don't show your members that you don't believe in them. Don't show them that you are final in whatever you say. Show them that even if you are holding a meeting, always just sitting around. Show them you are equal, because you are leading them. So that democracy, they feel, we are part of this. We can be heard. So that bond between you and the leader becomes strong. So when that bond and emotion, as a leader, when you lead, there's something that is always very strong: emotions. When people feel emotion, feel that you are encouraging them, that's whereby you will find when some leaders leave other organization, the team members just feel like crying. Because of that
even
emotional,
others end up leaving the organizations.
Yeah, they leave immediately
because they are very attached, and the bond that the leaders created with the team or with the person, it's quite strong. So at the end of the day, the employees or the team members feel like, without this person, we can't go anywhere. Because it's like you've been driving them to work hard, work smart,
to grow.
Yes, to grow. Yeah.
So they feel, hey, no, let me follow my Leo. Let me just leave, because I don't see anything. Because
left.
For example, in football, there's a team somewhere where the manager resigned and moved to another club. The players, the best players there, want to follow the manager to the new club. So because of that emotion, so it's emotion, because when you lead and the bond becomes strong, the emotion will also become strong. And that's what will lead to performance and high productivity in the organization. Because when the employee feel detached, even if you leave, they won't care. They will be happy. That's why I usually ask myself, when I was born, I cried. Were those surrounding me, they were very happy, ululating. How do you want to live your life? Do you want to live your life in such a way that when you die, you'll be crying when the same way you cried when you were born, and those who are around you will be celebrating, or you'll be celebrating where you are, and those who are around you will be crying because you left them? So how do you want to live your life as a leader? Yeah.
Okay. So you've talked about the bond. How can employers build a bond between them and the employees? Because bond is very important. And through that, what will they achieve? Because at the end of the day, bonding is very important. But there are some employers, who do not know how to create or build that bond with their teams. Yes.
Okay. Number one is frequent feedback. Frequent feedback from the employees. Always try to conduct a survey from the employees. What do they want? How do they feel working with the organization? When you get that feedback, you'll see where to improve as the top leadership. And as you get that feedback, try to implement what the employees try to do what? To For example, try to implement what the feedback from the employees. Not all of the feedback you can implement them,
True.
but look for
Some.
the most important, or the feedback that cuts across. You implement that. Then encourage growth. Encourage personal development. Because when you work for an organization, for example, 5, 10 years, 15 years, and you are just at the same position, you feel that employee feels that he's not growing. And the productivity, as he continues to stay in the organization, productivity goes down. So what you should do, you should encourage personal and professional development, whereby by enrolling the employees into the professional courses that they want. Because when you are in an organization, there's an employee who want to grow in this area, there's an employee who want to grow in this area. So don't say maybe in the HR policies, for example, we encourage our employees to do what? To go for professional courses, to grow, we pay for them. No, go and implement it. Do it for them. Allow, if an employee want to, for example, to go and further studies, encourage that. Have study leaves, because after that, you'll not have this employee for a long time, because there's something also that usually hinders most companies from maybe encourage growth in their employees. They say that if, for example, if we encourage maybe pay school fees for them for personal, they will leave. That's what most employees, companies usually say. And they will leave us and will now start. No, they will not leave. So long as you keep encouraging them, pushing them, and as a manager or as a supervisor, always be close to your employees. Tell them, I want us to do this. Give them feedback. Sometimes you can just go, even if you know something, and the employee said, hey, this thing you should just, I didn't knew that. Hey, I've now learned something new today. That employee feels, wow, I've shared a great idea.
True.
So that will encourage for the employee to continue giving his ideas. To now you will now be open. This employee loves us, Nini, because these things I've experienced them. There's a manager who left and went. People just started crying, just crying because he has left. So encourage feedback, encourage personal and professional growth, promote your employees. When we have an internal position, don't recruit externally. Look from inside first before you recruit from outside.
Thank you so much. Asante sana Isaya. Naamini ni mengi ambayo umeweza kuelezea. Acha tukirudi kutoka mapumziko tutaweza kuendelea na awamu ya pili. Kurudi kwako mpenzi mtazamaji, natumai katika awamu ya kwanza tukiwa naye Isaya Maresi ndani ya studio zetu za Mahditv umeweza kufahamu mengi na mengi zaidi ambayo ameweza kuiangazia. Wewe kama kiongozi, ni sifa zipi ambazo unafaa kuwa nazo kama kiongozi? Ameongelelea courageous, unafaa pia kucommunicate, ambao viongozi wengi tunafeli upande wa communication. Utakuta mtu communicate vizuri na watu wako, mwisho wa siku inakuja inaleta mfarakano baina yenu. Inshallah mpenzi mtazamaji, acha tuchukue tama la maji, tutakaporudi tuendelee zaidi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu tena katika awamu ya pili ya kipindi kipendacho Pewa Asubuhi ndani ya kitengo Gumzo la Vijana, ukiwa nami Haifa Muhammad na mgeni wetu si mwingine ni Isaya Maresi, ambaye anazidi kutudadavulia zaidi kuhusiana na sifa za uongozi, hasa upande wa wewe kijana unayetaka kuwa kiongozi, ama nyumbani, ima wewe ni kaka ni dada, bado wewe ni kiongozi kwa sababu unaongoza walio chini yako, na pia yule aliyo chini yako anaweza kuwa pia kiongozi. Haimaanishi ya kwamba yeye ni mdogo akakosa kuongoza, bali anakuambia ya kwamba kila mtu mpe nafasi yake. Mpenzi mtazamaji, tukielekea kwake Isaya tuweza kufahamu mengi na mengi zaidi. Tukirudi kwa Isaya, karibu tena. Na tukiangalia swala zima, how should a leader handle failures and setbacks, because tunaamini kuna strengths and weaknesses. So how should a leader handle failures and setbacks? Or setbacks?
Failure in terms of the team or himself as the leader?
Himself as the leader.
Yeah, because it is usually said that if you fail, is not the end of everything. And if you've never failed in your life, then there's nothing new you're trying. So you must fail for you to learn. And this just say sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Not lose, you learn. But people usually say sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That losing is not, you've not lost, you've learned something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So as a leader, when you fail, learn from your failure and improve next time.
Yes.
Always be ready to learn. And if you fail on something, try to figure out what happened. How are you going to improve on it? So as a leader, be guaranteed you'll fail one time. Be guaranteed you'll not meet the target.
True.
Or from your team. Be guaranteed that we have those, because as a leader, you are leading different types of people.
True.
We have those who are tough-headed. We have those who are just the difficult people to work with. Those who just say no. To anything you say, they just say no. We have those who just say yes to everything you tell them. We have those who just sit on the fence. They just wait this side to be okay, then they jump from this side. If this side, they jump from this side. So as a leader, those are the type of people you are leading. So that's why I said earlier, I said that you must know your people. You must, huyu ako hivi, huyu ako hivi, huyu ako hivi. So you must know them. So when you fail, is not the end of everything. Learn from it. When you learn from it, also try to learn from others. When this one handled this, how did they do it? Then also, as a leader, have a mentor. Have a mentor. You can be top there, but also have a mentor. That's why the top leaders also have their mentor, those who mentor them. So even if at any level as a leader, just have someone you are looking up to. Yeah.
Because not even the leaders, even that little child that is growing, whenever how you will act or how a mother will act, that child will grow up saying maybe my mom is a mentor to me, my dad is a mentor to me. So I think whatever a leader does or whatever a person does up there, the younger person or the one who is growing also learns a new thing. At the end of the day, they can decide, let me emulate whatever this person is doing, and at the end of the day, this person can attain growth because the child learns. Every day, he or she learns. Even though it's not the mother, even at school, seeing my friend doing this, let me try doing it. And that's why even the teachers can be a role model or teachers can be mentors to those children. Yes.
Yeah, so it's very much important. When you fail, have a mentor at least you can run to.
True.
I've done this and I've failed. I know you as a mentor, you've gone through this. How did you handle it?
Yes.
Yeah. So have a mentor who can frequently mentor you as a leader. And also keep learning. Read books, read articles. Just always be ready to learn, because as a leader you must be a reader.
Yes.
Yeah, because you'll not be taught everything in school or in that organization. You must be able to read wide. As you read, you expand your mind. As you expand your mind, you learn how to overcome situations like failure if you meet them on the way.
Okay, thank you so much, Isaiah. So how does leadership differ from management? Because we have management and also we have leadership. So how do these two differ?
Leadership and management. Leadership is about vision. Management is about the process. So you know, you can be a manager and you are not a leader.
Okay.
You can be a manager and not a leader. But if you want to succeed, you must have both. Because a manager follows the process that has been laid down. A manager, he must follow the process. You are supposed to do this, from this you do this, from this you do this, from this you do this.
True.
A leader will come with a different perspective. A leader will like to change things. Yeah? For example, a leader will like to bring on board new vision, new strategies. For example, maybe we have the conventional ways of doing things in an organization.
True.
And when a leader, someone who is a leader comes in, he will one time, he will come and feel like this won't work. And he will try to bring on new ideas and new vision. And that's why you'll find some team members try to resist, because people resist change.
True.
Yeah. People
until they decide to change.
So people will try to resist. But a leader, when he comes with that idea, he has seen something beyond that the team has not seen. But a manager, he just want to follow the process that has been laid there. A leader coaches the team. A leader encourages the team. A manager, his job is just to manage, to give responsibility, instructions. But a leader must coach. That's why you'll find that a team member was not doing very well, but with time, the team member starts to improve. So that means that the supervisor is a leader.
There's a good leadership.
Is a good leader. And remember, we have something that how you in micromanagement. As the person who being micromanaged, you can know how you can work with the manager, because we have those managers who will micromanage you. But as the subordinate, you must know how to work around that. That's also just something maybe that can be discussed on in a different day, but it's very much important as a leader. The difference between leadership and management. Leadership is about vision. Management is about the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And how can a leader build trust and influence within a team or a community? Because at the end of the day, trust is very important. And for them to achieve, or for the subordinates, or for the employees, or for anyone in the community, or even a child to trust a parent, there's something that parent should, or he or she should do. Yes.
Wow, trust. Trust in connection with the emotions. That's how it goes. So, number one, it depends on what type of leadership do you want to show or do you want to bring out in the community. And remember, even that leadership that you want to bring, it will depend on what you say and how you do it. Because you want to build the trust. How can I trust you, Aifa, and you tell me this, and tomorrow you are doing something different? How can I trust you?
You can't.
So if you want to build that trust as a leader, you must do what you say. Don't say this and the next time you are doing something else.
Different, yes.
Then your integrity. Your integrity. How can I trust you and you don't manage the resources of the community very well? If resources come to the community, you take them to yourself. How can I trust you? So the community will not trust you. That's why you can feel whereby when something comes to the community, the members nani achukue yendi atagawa vizuri. You see?
Does trust come in line with accountability?
Accountability also. How are you accountable as a leader? And also that's one of the qualities of a leader. You must be accountable and responsible with your action.
True.
Yeah. And also maybe you want to say you as a leader in a community, you are portraying something different. To your family, you are portraying something different. So people will start to think, he's leading us and he cannot not even lead his family. How? You see? So, and also another thing, how to build that consistency. what is your consistency in your actions. So it's very much important. That will help you to build the trust with your members and your team. So how are you consistent in your action? When you say this, do you do it? When you encourage your team member, do you encourage them? Do you push them to achieve the objective? So that will develop that trust among the team members.
Okay. Should leaders prioritize results over ethics?
Should leaders prioritize results over ethics? What is ethics? So, we have results and we have ethics. And in each and every institution, we have values.
True.
And that values is tied to the vision of that institution. So, remember, when you join an institution, you must bind yourself by their values. For example, we have different institutions, they follow Christian values.
Sure.
We have different institutions, they follow Muslim values.
Sure.
So you must know which values. So, and if you just say you want a result, you cannot go against the values or the ethics of the community to get the result. Result is a one-time thing. And ethics is a lifetime thing. So as a leader, you must balance between result and ethics. You don't prioritize result. Because you will achieve the result, yes. Then what next?
True.
Next time, do you think you will get those results because you've gone against the ethics of a certain institution or a certain company? No. So you must balance between the two.
Just like, let's say someone is learning how to be an air hostess, and there's a certain dress code they have to wear, or this is how they have to be. These are the type of shoes they have to wear. There are some values that they are being told to do in order to achieve the great results. Because also I think results depends also on the value, because when you have bad values in a company, that company won't get good results. But if some values are instilled in a certain company, then at the end product will be a good product.
And remember, when you are working in an institution, you are the brand ambassador of that institution. And those who you are serving, they know the values of that institution. So you must abide with the values. Then result will just come.
It just seemingly the way they are. I think hotels are a good example.
Yeah.
If a waiter is bad, or if a waiter treats the customer in a bad way, that customer will eventually give a bad review. Because at the end of the day, they'll tell maybe their friends, we shouldn't go to a certain hotel because the waiters and waitresses tend to have bad image or bad conversations, or they don't attend to their customers very well. And the results at the end of the day will always be bad.
And that's why I said we have those institutions who say customers are our first priority. But that is very wrong. Your staff should be, or your employee should be your first priority. How you treat them, that's how they will treat the customers.
True. Yeah. Thank you so much, Isaiah. As we wind up, we have, I think, another quality of a good leader is decision making. That's part of it. So how can a leader maintain or how can a leader make difficult decisions while maintaining team morals? How can a leader make good decisions while maintaining team morals? And mark you, those decisions, maybe they are very difficult decisions which have to be made. Okay. So now, it depends. Number one, in which situation are you as a leader and the project you want to achieve? Because for example, if you start your own business, you say that you are the boss. You are not the boss. Customers are not your boss. True. Yeah. So, as a leader, when you make the decision, you must know in which situation are you. That situation demand immediate action.
Yeah, and remember, effective communication is very much important.
And I think also what comes inside here, emotional intelligence.
Yeah, emotional intelligence and effective communication. That's why I usually say that someone can talk to you negatively, but because of your emotional intelligence and your effective communication, you can change that negativity into positivity. So when you make a decision maybe that can that the team members will not be happy with it, it depends. Do you have time to take the feedback from the team?
True.
And if you don't have that time, you can make the decision and immediately have a meeting with your team. Talk to them, because if you communicate your effect, they will understand you. Okay, yeah, it happened because of this and this. So they will not take it negatively. And because it's something you've never done, they feel, hey, this is something also, let us also as members, team members, let us try to be in his shoe. So they will try to understand. So try to apply your emotional intelligence and also communicate clearly to your team. They will be able to understand you in accordance with the decision you made, because they feel that this decision was made for the goodness of the company and us.
True.
Yeah.
True. Thank you so much, Isaiah, for giving us a good perspective and an insight about leadership qualities, because I think at the end of the day, as leaders, they need to know themselves. And as you've said, self-awareness is another important thing. They should know themselves. For them to achieve a certain goal, they should know whatever they want in their lives. Thank you so much, Isaiah. Asante sana kwa kuwa katika studio zetu. Umeweza kuwakilisha kitu kizuri sana, na mimi mwenyewe nimefurahi. Umepeana maelezo thabiti, maelezo ambayo hata mtu ambaye anatafuta kuwa kiongozi itakuwa rahisi kuelewa. Asante sana. Kurudi kwako mpenzi mtazamaji, natumai katika awamu ya pili tukiwa naye Isaiah Maresi ambaye amezidi kutuelezea na kutufunua macho au kukuelezea wewe mpenzi mtazamaji kuhusiana na swala zima la sifa za kiongozi mzuri anafaa kuwa vipi, na pia ameweza kujibu maswali ambayo unajua wewe labda ulikuwa unaweza kujiuliza mpenzi mtazamaji. Na inshallah nashukuru sana kuweza kuwa nasi kuanzia mwanzo hadi mwisho. Inshallah kufikia hapo mpenzi mtazamaji, sina mengi ya kusema isipokuwa nikukwambia maasala.